So it's that time of year again when Hollywood begins to operate on two separate tracks. There's the usual slate of mainstream films hitting theaters, but also a flood of awards contenders, which means a lot of movies to review. And in an effort to try and review as many as possible, you're going to see some reviews like this one, which don't have the traditional Beyond the Trailer introduction, where I tell you a little bit about the movie, the behind-the-scenes story, what's at stake, etc. Again, this is only going to be for a few movies, especially when I get a surprise opportunity to review a film and I don't want to sit on it, like today, Dolphin Tale 2, which hits theaters today. So I want to make sure that I can get you the review as soon as possible. So please thank you for your patience, and I hope you're excited for all these movie reviews coming your way. All right, so Dolphin Tale 2, definitely on the mainstream track, and it's a very cute movie. I would also say that there is nothing surprising about Dolphin Tale 2. It's exactly what it promises, and I mean exactly. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of good elements about this film. For instance, one, I think that it's really nice to see a movie that families can see together at the theater that isn't animated. Most of the time these days, when families go together to the movies, they have to see an animated film. Not just because they enjoy them, but that's really the bulk of what family entertainment has become. So to see that movies like this that are live action still exist is very nice. I would put an asterisk on this though, and that this is for families with small children. I would say tweens and under, because of the lack of surprise in storytelling. It's pretty by the numbers, but adults, I think, will have a good time visiting the aquarium. Everybody likes a good trip to the aquarium. You don't always have one that's convenient for you to go and visit, and a movie theater is often a lot more of a convenient option. And here you really do feel like you're spending a day at the aquarium. I really enjoyed getting to see the animals up close, not only the dolphins, but my favorite was the sea turtle. It was really adorable, and it really did make me want to go and visit the aquarium for real after seeing the movie. So that was very nice. But even beyond that, I think there are some messages here that are really great for young kids to be exposed to. And I think something that if you have or know some young children, you'd want them to be exposed to. For instance, there's a great message here about perseverance, the strength of character and determination it takes to overcome obstacles or disappointing situations. They also touch on how important it is to take on new opportunities, which might seem exciting but also scary. But then, let's see, I wrote down everything that I thought was, oh yes, this was, I can't believe I forgot my favorite message of the film. This was by far and away, I thought, the best thing that they did. And it kind of sneaks up on you, so you might want to make sure that after the movie, you turn to the small child you're with and say, well, what did you think of this? And, you know, kind of ease them into that discussion. But it showed children growing up and taking on responsibility, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. And I think that's a very positive message. And I think that any little kids who go and see this are going to be inspired to take charge themselves in a good way, in a constructive way that's helpful to themselves, but also their community. I think that was the best message in the film. I really like that a lot. And also at the end of the movie, they showed footage of real-life amputees going to visit winter, and I thought that was really touching. I would love to see, they touch on amputees and the importance of winter in the film, but maybe for Dolphin Tale 3 we'll get to hear one of their stories. But nevertheless, this is also a really great way to introduce young kids to people with disabilities in a positive way. So I would recommend Dolphin Tale 2 definitely to anyone who has or knows some small kids they'd like to take to the movies. Again, tweens and under, and make sure you're ready to have this discussion with them afterwards. Maybe go to the aquarium for real right before you go to see the movie, or maybe the next day. I think that would be fun. Kind of make a package deal out of it. On that note, if you like aquariums, or if you're interested in a career in, you know, marine biology, etc., this is also a great movie for you. And also, if you just like this kind of family movie, you know the kind. Hollywood used to make a lot of them, even back in the day with Walt Disney, when that studio churned out a lot of these live-action, feel-good family movies. They were successful. It's interesting that Hollywood doesn't make them as much anymore. I guess some people would say we're getting more cynical, but you know, I think anyone could enjoy Dolphin Tale 2 for what it is, and it's just a movie about, you know, very nice people persevering in a difficult situation, but in a positive and constructive way. All right, so that's my review of Dolphin Tale 2. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you can check out some more episodes right now.